Happy 11 November 2022 COVID-19 pandemic update. So I have one update and before I jump into it, I just finished watching the 2018, I think I said 2008, Tomb Raider starring Alicia Vikander. She's Norwegian, I'm Norwegian, both Norwegian by birth and ancestry. Yes. We even have similar physiques, build, so very narrow hips. There are people with really wide thigh gaps and small legs. Those are not our type. We have meaty legs, narrow hips, broad shoulders, high cheekbones, and a squarish jaw. It's a dimensionally Norwegian women by birth and ancestry are anatomically like skeleton, so bone structure, something not easily tampered with at all. Like the skeleton as opposed to like rib cage, which can be tampered with. Anatomically similar Norwegian by birth and ancestry are. It's an ethnicity. So I finished it with my parents. It was good. It was better. We watched it on the TV, and I've seen it once before this, and it was on my computer. So I will say it's a movie made for the big screen. I had changed my rating for this movie. I rated it less before, or at least felt less before, because when I was watching it the first time through, by the time it hits like the first puzzle in the movie, I was like, oh, this is one of those biology movies that uses like biology as this all-powerful thing, kind of thing. And I got it right, and it was really not fun to watch. Like when I can find out in the first, 15-20 minutes of a movie what the entire plot line is, it's not very enjoyable to watch. So today, I was like, you know what? Just forget it. So I just forget it and watched it, and it was a lot better. And it was on the big screen. It's kind of made for big screen. So I gave it 5 out of 5 stars this time too. And listening to her, so she's like supposed to be American/British, the character, but the actress is Norwegian, and I'm Norwegian, and it was interesting listening to her speak because it's not picking on her. It would appear that both she and I struggle with the English language no matter how long we speak it, which I was just like watching it and I was kind of like, yeah. Which the biology thing brings me back to, I'm not going to give details on that because I don't want to spoil the movie. Brings me back to in the disease and virus angle. Still, no spoilers. I'm not going into details. Pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. 11 November 2022. Today is a Friday. Coming to you from the city of Shoreline, which is in northern suburbs of Seattle, Washington State, United States of America, at least this point in time. And what have I got for you today? Well, I started making these COVID-19 pandemic chronology videos day of October 1, 2022. There are 31 days in October, and today is the 11th, so 31 plus 11 is 42, so this marks the 42nd consecutive day filming and annotating, so writing like the video description and stuff, and publishing same day, 42 days straight, 42 consecutive days filming a video on the COVID-19 pandemic update for the day and publishing it same day. So that's pretty cool. I have not done something that thematic day of before. I did the Aldo Leopold challenge, which was like 66 days of publishing content back to back to back to back. If I'm recalling correctly, that one was a while ago. So it's not my longest publishing streak. I have gone like, what would that be? 24 days longer than I have, and I think I kept publishing before and after the challenge. So that one was of wildlife. I had to do, from the time of the setting of the challenge, I was filming wildlife and publishing for a set amount of time, and then publishing within that set amount of time videos of wildlife. So this time it's COVID-19 pandemic chronology. And very near the starting of these doing day of videos, there was a lot of chatter about the pandemic, the guess was the pandemic would be gone, completely over by Veterans Day, 11 November 2022. And hey, guess what? That's today. And guess what? The pandemic's still here. And not only that, the newspaper for the past couple weeks we haven't even had a COVID-19 headline. Why does that matter? It matters because they were supposed to start rolling back some of the COVID-19 pandemic protocols, which when they do that kind of stuff, it makes headlines because it shows we're reopening. And we have had none of those headlines. So, and the pandemic, so far as I know, is still a pandemic. The virus is still around. Still know people who are getting it. Still know people who are, or my parents know people, someone who's on like a ventilator, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's still here. So the people who made the guess that it would be gone by 11 November 2022, which was not me. I don't have a guess, and I did not have a guess, and that's just not, I'm not into predicting when the pandemic is going to end or when pandemics begin or anything like that. That's just not my cup of tea. Now, it was interesting. I do not know. I have not seen my sister and brother-in-law recently. I know they were gonna go to Patagonia, and the Patagonia trip originally was, well, it was something my sisters wanted to do for a while, but it came up towards the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic because they were going to, they were going to go to Argentina, and then all the borders got closed and they couldn't go. This is like, because they wanted to go for a vacation. And so they were like, all right, we're going to wait till after the pandemic to go. So essentially they had made the decision. They were calling it. They were like, the pandemic will be gone by 11 November 2022. We're going to go to Argentina and Chile, then go to Patagonia. That's what they would. So the pandemic's still here. So they got their guess wrong. So that was my sister's prediction, and she got it wrong. And my brother-in-law's prediction, and he got it wrong. And I don't know if they're still going to Patagonia. They can, but I don't know how much they tied their going on the trip to the pandemic being over. I think if they want to go, they're just gonna go. But that's like so my sister plays the pandemic and beginning, I guess, prediction game. I don't. I just live one day at a time. I also said that when it came 11 November 2022, I would reevaluate making these videos. I'll keep going. I have some field work I want to do. I will admit though that the videos are not always filmed and uploaded at a consistent time of day. That's true. I make to-do lists for every day and I forget to put it on the list. And I'm like, at some point during the day, I will remember that I need to film, annotate, and publish a video. And that has worked for me for 42 days. Okay, but so if you were like, I wonder when this video, if you wake up in the morning and you're like, I wonder when this video is going to be published today, don't worry, that makes two of us, you and me, at least two of us, okay? So there's no like, this has to be the production schedule or routine, not whatsoever. I don't even remember until like 4 p.m. sometimes. I actually remembered to put it on my to-do list today though, so I did all right. I just decided to wait till evening because it was like, who knows, maybe we'll get breaking news that the pandemic is over. We did not get such breaking news. So that's really my update for today, is the pandemic's still here. And I'm going to keep going with these pandemic chronology videos. How long is my streak going to be? Well, if I want an uploading streak, publishing streak, I think I've gone longer than 66 days. That was just one challenge. I've done multiple months on end without taking a break, a single day break from publishing. So if I wanted to go for an all-time, I think that might be pushing like 100 days. I don't know. But at least 67 days minimum to start to push the realm of new for me. It is new that I am on camera for each of these videos. That part of this is new. But so I'm going to keep going. I don't know, if I miss a day, I miss a day. But if the pandemic ends, the pandemic ends, and I stop doing the day of. I'm just gonna let it flow, let it go, and see what happens. So happy 11/11/2022.